This is a story that has gone down in family history as one of the most legendary, heroic, and gosh darn hilarious stories you've ever heard. I was an imaginative kid. Still am, but that's not important to the story. This story occurred when I was 3 years old. Obviously, no thoughts in that little brain. You dumb little freak. Anyway, I was wandering around my front yard eating dirt or something, when all of a sudden, part of my vision was blocked by something. I didn't know what it was, and it kind of looked like a blurry yellow blob. Little did I know that this blob was a bee that landed on my eyebrow. I stared at it for what felt like forever, when all of a sudden I felt a sharp pain in my eye. I started freaking out, running around like a monkey, screaming at the top of my lungs. The bee had stung me in the eyelid! Thankfully, my grandpa saw the situation and ran over to help. He yanked the bee off my eyelid, and the crisis was averted. Is what I would have said if everything went well. What he really did, in his attempt to swipe the bee off my face, he went full Muhammad Ali and threw a right hook across my face. Yes, he literally punched a 3-year-old in the face. It wasn't on purpose, it was just an instinct, and he's a great guy. My grandfather, with me in his arms, walked me inside as my parents watched in horror. I literally looked like Two-Face. I thought back to this story and I wondered, the bee had stung me in the eyelid, not my actual eye. So I must have blinked at the perfect time, and if I had blinked a second earlier or a second too late, it would have totally stung me right in the eye. What happens then? Do you go blind? Do you just have a giant hole in your eye? I don't know. But whatever happens, I'm glad I don't have a hole in my eye. Okay, so you know how your parents calm you down by saying, "It's okay, buddy, bees die when they sting you." A few weeks later, I was getting ready for a Snow White play that my mom signed me up for. Bet you can't guess what part I was playing. The bee. As I was getting ready, I thought to myself, bees die when they sting me. And I'm playing the bee. So an idea comes into little Caden's brain. And when an idea comes into 3-year-old Caden's brain, it's not gonna be good. So I'm on the stage, and I have a part where I have to sting some guy. I get ready to sting him, and I put 2 and 2 together. I stung him and intentionally froze up and fell over on purpose. The entire theater burst into laughter, and I had a huge feeling of pride that flooded my mind. And that's not even the craziest thing. We actually have video of it. Okay, before I get to yapping, I'm gonna make sure you all know that I was 3 when I got stung. But when I was 7, I was in the Snow White play. And I'm too lazy to reanimate it, so... Anyway, look at all this fan art. It's actually amazing how many of you created fan art. It actually makes my day. Also, we're almost at 300 subs. That's genuinely amazing to have that many people watching my cringy animations. New videos coming soon, and if you're watching this at 2 in the morning, go to sleep!